Say so right now until the truth comes out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. Say so right now, left alone, cried out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. I don't understand what they want from me. They take my hands, washing them in dirty water. Try to find what's right in a distant place, so far away. The silence fills my heart.
Hello everyone, we're back with another day of Blitzmaster Resistance. Today's day 3. I'm going to go through the slides very quickly because we don't have a lot of time. So this is the Blitzmaster Resistance tournament format. We had the group stage matches in the last 2 days, and today and tomorrow marks the start, marks the commencement of the final stage. Again, a double elimination format. The games will be played in the best of 7, with the grand final being best of 9. The prize pool per team is as follows. The first placing team will get the 10,000 US dollars, the runner up 5,000 US dollars, the second runner up 3,000 US dollars, and the fourth placer 2,000 US dollars. And quickly explaining the schedule of tournaments in March. As you can see, aside from watching the streams and seeing teams battle out with one another in Blitzmaster's Resistance, you can play quick tournaments with your friends every day, basically, except Wednesday. So lots of time to have fun, and hopefully the games tonight will inspire you or encourage you to field a team in tournaments in the future. Okay, so what do we have tonight? It's not Blitz Standard Cup, it's Blitz Masters Resistance. We just have to correct that quickly. But anyway, it's It's Blitz Masters Resistance, and tonight we have we will follow Joon versus ICFC, and then the lower bracket first round, and then it will be the upper bracket final. They followed ID a lot in the last 2 days, so we're not going to follow them a lot this evening. Let's take a look at the rundown of tonight. Today it's going to be a really long stream. So we first begin with upper bracket first round, with the maps being My Ruins, Decisive, Black Goldville, and Yukon. Lower bracket first round, the maps being Camsty, Airfort Despair, Norcamdy, and Rothfield. And I will have to say, lower bracket first round can be quite dull in places. But we will see the teams are going to be aggressive or going to play the typical way. But you know that this is going to be a stage where lots of stake is at hand. You never know. You can sometimes see teams saving their strats until the stage, where everything is going to be very crucial. And finally, the upper bracket final, not the upper bracket grand final, upper bracket final. The maps are going to be Alpenstadt, Lagoon, Dynasty's Pearl, Wintermeinovka. And what does Mapbox say about this? Mapbox had a really bad day yesterday, but they're going to predict ICFC and ID to qualify to the upper bracket final, and Joon versus Legacy in the lower bracket first round. And you all may ask, where is RM? Where is Risk? Unfortunately, Risk got knocked out by Legacy yesterday in a huge upset, but I heard that they do not have the core players. They, I heard from the grapevine that they lost 3 main players yesterday. Unfortunately, Legacy capitalized on that, and now they're here, top 4 for the very first time on the APAC server, and so is Joon and ICFC. So this is going to be uncharted territory. I don't know what to expect, and I hope you all will enjoy the top 4 games. And hopefully they will give us some really high level of gameplay. And RN as well. Where is RN? They did not participate in this season. Maybe they will come back in the next season. I'm not going to talk about power rating. As you can see, Legacy 13th after the qualifying stage. And with their amazing performance in the last 2 days, their ranking will shoot up by quite a lot. This is something that I will tease you, but the final rating will be published after the tournament. But I think the most important thing is rewards. So I'm going to let you have a look at the slides. I think it's still on, while I set up the game and enter the room. And I'm very sure that I have logged into my APAC account, so this should be relatively quick. Yes, buffs, yes. Day 4 will happen at the same time as the day 1, 2, 3, as far as I am aware. I don't think there are any changes here. Okay, good. We're in. We'll say hello to everyone. Hope you're all doing well in the chat or whatever. Okay, so let me explain how you can earn rewards. So I'm going to actually give you a new link, because this is not the right link. It's 4:30, so tomorrow should be 4:31. Now we have the right. We have the right link. 4:30 should be the number of the stream on the portal. Don't go to 1429. That was yesterday's stream. That's yesterday's stream. You don't want to watch yesterday's stream. You will not get any rewards for watching yesterday's stream. Okay, so in order to not have a gray screen, you need to enable your targeting cookies, okay? or you can simply just enable all your cookies. But targeted cookies are the ones responsible for getting the stream in the visible on in the portal. Next, you must log in on your in-game account on the right server. So this is the APAC server, so you can only get rewards for your APAC account. And the rewards counter will start at 7 o'clock, and by the time this stream delay of 3 minutes catches up, you should have the counter should have already started counting, and the counter you should be looking at should be the blue counter, not the white counter. This will last for around 3 hours, and I heard it's for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, it's actually the official answer I got. Okay, so there will be 45 fan coins awarded every 16 minutes, and you can earn 450 coins in total. And let's quickly get into the room. And the first map is My Ruins. My Ruins is quite an interesting map. Is kind of well covered with lots of obstacles, lots of buildings, some terrain over to the northwestern area, so you will expect some hell down tanks being taken for that part of the region. But the other side, the southeastern region, they are a lot flatter, so you could expect some VK-72s or MAUs over there. But I will not elaborate further because we have our first battle in the top 4 stage. Joon versus ICFC. Don't know why someone spams about getting a nasal spray. Yes. 3-hour stream. Yes, this is going to be a long ride. Unfortunately, I think there is an AFK here. I hope he will get into the game soon. LLP so far stop moving. ICFC is going to send most of the players over to C. And yeah, LLP still loading into the game. Hopefully he will wake up soon, because this essentially means Joon is playing with only 6 players, with ICFC. Disaster could happen very soon, but Mamba has already captured C, and this will give Joon the count lead. I think the rest of ICFC team has arrived over to C, but lots of misses coming from the ICFC side. No skill at the moment is... Well, now he has taken a hit, but he hasn't taken any of the crossfire coming from the ICFC going for C, but no skills now quite low. Big shots onto WWR, and careful as well. And as ICFC tries to get C back, Joon now in the middle, they need to rescue these WZTDs here. ICFC pushing in strong, and they're looking for no skill and PPK, and the first kill goes to DJ Wild. No skill. PPK is also out. 5 versus 7 now. ICFC continuing their march towards Jomon's defense line, and with Nishiki also out. Big shot onto Misaka. This is surely going to be a big win for ICFC. Mamba is also a Misaka down to a 1-shot. Super Nub is also out. And it's now 3 versus 6 with Monty K getting the kill onto Misaka, and that leaves Akitsuki, the last person standing, as LLP also got taken out by ICFC. This is quite a dominant performance by ICFC, I have to say. Joon wasn't quite getting their crossfire. I think their positioning wasn't working as intended for them. Maybe code feet, and as I always say, it could be code feet. And it's showing exactly here. This is also a Chinese rivalry, because Joon and ICFC are both Chinese clans. Forgot if actually Joon played in plays in the Chinese server, but if they don't, then I remember there is a team on the APAC server with Chinese diaspora, so I'm not sure if that's the team. I just have to, I just need someone to remind me which one is correct. But so far, ICFC with a resounding victory. So scoreline is 1-0. Okay, so let's take a look at the second battle. Jomon, they will be taking triple 215Bs and IS7 at 60 TP a mouse and a Batchat 25T. ICFC on the other hand, double WZTDs, double 215Bs, a VK72, a Chieftain, and then IS4 LLP. Now, I think Jomon's trying to play safe here because LLP was pretty much AFK. For a majority of the fight, so they're going to err on the safer side, and hopefully LLP will sort out the internet connection issues, and hopefully Jomon this time they're going to play with full force. I think the last battle is just them struggling with playing with only 6 players playing. So let's take a look at the next battle. Will ICFC continue their dominant performance, or will we see some changes in Jomon's gameplay? So far, Jomon has yet to get a foothold in this battle, in this match. But it's still early days. It's still early days. But this time, Jomon will be sending most of the tanks over to the B side. I think the mouse will go for one of the corridors in the southeastern area, but the ICFC will not go for C. They're going for the southeastern region with pretty much the entire team. Mamba captures C momentarily, but he's not going for that cap. But I'm a bit worried. ICFC, they are quite. They're playing this battle quite narrowly, so will they give up the map control? This is the $1 million question that they need to answer in this battle. If they go for the PPK, this is going to take them some time, and they also have to go out in the open. So if they want to make that push, they could make the push, but I can't say it's going to be an easy push. Big shots onto Eats. Jomon working their positions brilliantly this time. Captain Lo coming from behind. And is this going to be important? Akitsuki is going to be the focus of Captain Lo. ICFC pushes forward even more. Hip was in favor of Jomon. Jomon needs to get the focus fire correct. They have made a brilliant start, but if they don't get the focus fire right, their effort at the start will be wasted. And so far they aren't really doing that. ICFC showing the hit points really nicely, but Captain No is out of the fight. It's now 6 versus 6. Hit points still in huge favor of Jomon, and ICFC needs to find another tank to focus, and they have spotted PPK as the next primary target. And Money King is now very low, down to a 1-shot here. And Super Nub is out, killed by PPK. The Happy Time takes up Money King and Monkey King, but the Hippos are now quite close. In fact, ICFC, they will take out PPK next. And WWR takes some hits. Jomon pushes into the middle. That could be important. That will essentially seal the victory, I think, because it will be 6 versus 2 very soon, as Careful has no teammates to support him. And PPK is still hanging on by the tiniest amount of hit points he possesses, but he's finally out. And Mamba takes out Careful, and Jomon will get the second battle. This time, Jomon did a really good job defending the push from ICFC. This happens to a lot of aggressive push strats right at the beginning, is that if it doesn't go in your way, it will become a nightmare situation for you. And exactly that's what happened to ICFC They thought they could catch some isolated tanks of Jomon near A, but they found no one, and by the time they want to continue pushing, they have to go out in the open, and Jomon farmed them in good positions. This battle, this win by Jomon almost got undone by their relative lack of focus fire. With ICFC doing slightly better, but not much better. It could have been a win thrown away by Jomon, but they managed to get the win in the end. Of course, that push in the middle at the very end is also quite important. Of course, the mouse of BBK bouncing, holding off ICFC push. This player, although not alive, man of the match for me. So let's take a look at the second map, which will be Decisive. It's a very brawly map. Very brawly map, especially if teams are going for the desert region, the west area. But again, the caps can be quite important, especially when both B and C caps are in the city area. So I do see teams trying to get a cap lead over on BC, but it's very hard to defend your caps in the city side because you have the ridge in the middle that will block the view over to the desert side, and you have the buildings as well. So when the opposing team pushes into the city, they could only be spotted when they're quite close to you, and the buildings are also a little bit, a little bit short, so that it's possible to take some high ground and crossfire. I don't know. But essentially what I wanted to say is a lot easier to defend on the Tesla side because they have to go right out in the open. So the dunes are even shorter than the buildings, so it's quite easy to get into great positions to farm you when you cross over to that ridge. Although you can go from below, this is another viable way, but you also have to go out in the open to some extent. But I digress. Both batch chats have spotted one another, Mamba running away, but they haven't spotted anyone going into the desert for both teams. So both teams don't know which way they go. But so if you bear with me for a moment, I need to update the score. Scoreline is 1-1. So we are back. Yeah, we are back. Oh, we are seeing some shots fired here. Captain Low and Noob Happy Time both shot one another. And A will be captured by Eats. But this is going to be a very, very passive game, isn't it? Because Jomon is sitting really deep. Good shot from Captain Low onto Noob, using that kind of the gap below the carriages. But Eat also took some hits. Noob Happy Time might take another one. We don't know. But C will be captured by Mamba, Monkey King in that mouse. Trying to, wait for Noob Happy Time to come out, and he does do that. And ICFC thinks that they can push on to WZTDs. If they do so, they have to be very, very decisive because WZTDs have the alpha, and the hesitation could cost them the golden opportunity, because now Asumi and the Batchats are moving in. Oh, a couple of bounces from Jomon to the FE215Bs, but ICFC have found Noob Happy Time being the isolated target, so ICFC are going to rotate away. Jomon will now get the push onto the heavy tanks near A. And ICFC, is this a miscalculation from them? Because I can't see these two tanks going to last for long. TJ1 out. Noob Happy Time also out. And Careful is now going to be next focus for Jomon. Thanks shot onto Mamba. But I can't see Careful lasting for long here. Hit points are neck and neck actually. Jomon gets careful, and ICFC are now looking for Akitsuki, and they got that player as well. Captain low, it's very low, and ICFC got C as well. They still have the cap lead, but Monkey King in that mouse, very healthy. Will he able to put some shots in? Not at the moment, but WWR. I mean, there are a couple of eyes and targets for Jomon, for ICFC. So Jomon, if they find them, it could be bad news for ICFC. But Jomon is struggling a little bit with hesitation as well. And the WZTDs aren't helping them either. They are not exactly primed, geared for terrain fights. Misaka is now out. And ICFC will be going for Nishiki. Good shot from WWR onto no skill ace. 8 coming in. Nishiki is now out, and no skills now down to one shot. Focus now onto PPK. Good kill onto that back chat, but 2 kills in quick succession of PPK and no skill ace, and that leaves Mamba, the last person starting for Jomon, and this game goes to ICFC. This is quite a chaotic game, to be fair, but both teams struggling a little bit with hesitation. I don't know what to say about this. Is it that Jomon should have pushed slightly earlier? Maybe. But I don't know, it seems the nerves have got into both teams. The games, the last battle, we've seen both teams kind of hesitating in what they should do. Both teams found some golden opportunities. ICFC didn't quite push into the WZTD. I don't know how much of the DPM a WZTD now has. It's quite a popular tag to be taken these days, but someone in the chat can tell me about that. Because I would have thought it would be a good idea to push in, because usually TDs, they have high alpha but not high DPM, so it would have been a really good opportunity for them to push. But at the same time, but then also Jomon, when they found ICFC rotating away to take the mouse, I thought it would be a really good idea for Jomon to keep on pushing and catching ICFC, retreating, and they should be able to take out those side armor to pan quite easily with the side armor and back armor being shown towards them. So but I think ICFC, being the team with a slightly higher shot efficiency, I just have to rewatch that battle to see what ICFC has done right to win this one. But we will probably analyze this after this match. And now ICFC gets another one. So far, scoreline is 2-1 in favor of ICFC. Okay, let's head up. Let's get up high and see. Jomon this time we go mostly to B and C, with ICFC going mostly to the desert side again. And they will be captured by Eat and Jomon going for C, but they will go for 2 tanks capturing C. So will Jomon be able to get C for this? I don't think so. ICFC will get A more quickly, and that means Jomon will not have a cat lead, and ICFC, they have some tanks in the desert side, so at least this is going to be a great situation for them. It's probably going to be easier to defend there, and of course, ICFC have tanks near their spawns, so capturing B will be very, very hard for Jomon. And Jomon playing this one very narrowly. I do fear that they might have already lost the map control. So ICFC, they just need to get into really good positions and they need to conserve the hit points. And I think it should not be very difficult for them to take this one back and take this one home. But it's not to say that Jomon has a terrible strat here. I think they were fully expecting that ICFC are going for City. Maybe they should have taken some tanks down to the middle, or maybe a tank in their spawn. But the situation they're in is quite dire, I have to admit. ICFC, they can also sit and wait. They have the caps. They don't have to be aggressive. They don't want to make too many risky moves. They have the advantage, so all eyes on Jomon. They need to find a weakness in ICFC defense line. I think they can push towards ICFC spawn. It's possible, but at the same time, there are a couple of tanks that could rotate quickly to support them. So I don't know. What do you think, chat? What do you think Jomon could do in this situation to get a win? That is not to say if Jomon can get a kill, if they can get a kill, that will flip the cap points back in their favor. So remember, a kill will give 40 points to the killing team and minus 40 points to the team that has lost the tank. So doing the maths, that's pretty much 80 cap points of difference we are talking about. So at the moment the gap is around like 5 cap points between these two teams, so one kill could be enough. So Jomon now trying to make a move. Nishi going out in the open, but ICFC are missing all of their shots. Mamba takes one as well. Jomon, they are sending tanks down a bit or two. Jomon found an isolated tank of Super Nub. This is not looking good for Super Nub, but can Super Nub survive long enough? He's dropped the reactive armor, so that's good. ICFC looking to push in the middle, but Jomon could be able to snatch B. How on earth they do that? How on earth did ICFC allow Jomon to get B? This will pile pressure onto ICFC to get the kills as soon as possible. Super Nub is now out. Careful, it's very low. No skill A is taken out. Akitsuki is also out, and B will be recaptured by ICFC now. ICFC are going for Misaka, and Careful is out of the fight as well. Misaka just only is only one shot, and he's also taken out as well. It's now a 3 versus 5. Noob Happy Time tries to get B back. And Neat puts a good shot to PBK, but Captain Low will get that kill, but ICFC will sail through with a third victory, and we are now on a match point. Hassan, you cannot earn coins by watching on YouTube. You have to watch on the portal, and the link is pinned in the description, I think. I hope it's the right link. Let me know if it's a wrong link. And make sure you have enabled your targeted cookies, and the blue counter should start counting. And you still have some time to fix that. But now, ICFC match point, 4 tanks doing more than 2k. Jomon with only 1 tank doing more than 2k. ICFC with much better focus fire, I have to say. They almost threw that one away when Jomon got B, but they quickly addressed that elephant in the room and they got B back. It could have been disastrous had ICFC not noticed that. But this potentially catastrophic mistake turns out to be minor, so well done to ICFC. But Jomon found a nice little tank. It's good. It's good. But ICFC simply just have better focus fire throughout, and we're going to Black Goldville. Let's take a look at Black Goldville. Right, so Black Goldville is a map, quite an open map, and I have to say, it's also quite cap based. It's quite different to Decisive in terms of like there is no single region that you would consider as like a brawl region. So I would say this is going to favor the team that is really good with strategies rather than individual skills. So it's hard to call here. I think both teams are quite similar in terms of their play style, but ICFC seems to be a bit better when it comes to like picking up targets, isolated tanks. And this is also another good map, and what Jomon did very well, the reason why they won the second battle on Myru is that they do really good positioning in defending. So this could be a good map for them, potentially, as well. So let's see what Jomon's going to do here. They're going to send most of the tanks over to B and C, and ICFC mainly sitting near the spawn at the moment. But Captain Low in the ISL has been spotted, Mamba spotted, Nishiki also spotted. But nothing much is happening now. Nishiki is there to reset B, obviously, and Mamba's obviously there to get to spot. Not sure if that's careless mistake from Nishiki here, but he took 2 hits. And Captain Low took an HE splash, which is going to deal him only about 200 damage, but, you know, the more HE splash you take, HE splashes you take, the more hit points you lose, and this could pile up, this could rack up, and render your tank rather ineffective later on. But as we speak, LLP is now back into the fray, and he has captured C, and that gives Jomon the cap lead. And ICFC, they will have to find a way to shut down Jomon. But ICFC looking for B. He is going to get B, and that would not stop Jomon from getting the cap lead. However, A is quite undefended by Jomon. Big shots onto Nishiki, well done to ICFC. B has been captured. Jomon unable to reset B, but they don't really need to do that. They just need to stop ICFC from getting A, and they should be fine. Nishiki should stop dropping hit points, and Jomon, ICFC will have a rather hard time. But now ICFC has dropped into A, and I don't think Jomon. Oh, good shot to super up. A good reset. No, that's not a reset shot. It's just WWR pulling out of A briefly. Now Jomon is now under more than 3k of hit points, and this is going to be tough. Jomon, they still have C, but C is relatively unguarded. I'm not sure if ICFC knows this, but ICFC spotted a lot of tanks. Oh. TJY has to overcommitted there, because Jomon will now push in onto TJY. TJY is in huge trouble. I think this is a misstep from ICFC. At the moment, their team is quite spread out, and ICFC, they've lost TJY. Oh, that's a mistake that ICFC doesn't want to make at this stage. They have got A as well, which is amazing. But this is a great opportunity for Jomon to tidy up the A area. They have a lot more tanks here. This is their golden opportunity. They don't want to throw this one away. Supernub drops the reactive armor, and Jomon LLP with a lot more hit points. They're struggling a little bit, but they got Supernub out of the way. WWR wants to get no skill. No, Ramsey to Misaka instead. It's 7 versus 5 at the moment. ICFC, they could lose WWR very quickly. Eat is out, and it's going to be a 7 versus 4. Jomon, they also need to get back the bases, because ICFC still has two bases compared to Jomon with only 1. So either ICFC get all the kills quickly, or get back A. ICFC. Now, They're looking for Akatsuki, but Captain though gets taken out by Misaka. And Monkey King is going to be focused for Jomon. Great kill right there. BBK gets B back. And we are not going to see ICFC qualifying to upper bracket final yet. LLP, good shot onto Ice, careful. And bounces to the next one, but it doesn't matter. Jomon gets the win. And scoreline is now 2-3. The grand finals will be tomorrow, yes, midnight approximately. So well done to Jomon, capitalizing on the major mistake of ICFC of TJY there. I don't know, I might have to rewatch the stream a little bit, but I remember that ICFC have already spotted tags of Jomon that have already rotated towards A. So that light side going deeper is probably unnecessary, and Jomon did not hesitate. There was still some hesitation I could see, but it's not as much of a hesitation in the sense that ICFC were able to relocate and regroup. Jomon has just found that golden opportunity when ICFC is still very spread out. If you see the kind of the mini map, ICFC had like 3 tanks in the middle and like 4 tanks pretty much in the caves, and it's really, really difficult for ICFC to regroup, especially when ICFC had so many heavy tanks. It's going to take them a while to regroup, so well done to Jomon capitalizing on that. Scoreline is now 2-3. I don't know if we have results for Ivy versus Legacy already. Let's check. Let's find out now. And they're still playing, so it's definitely not a 4-0. Probably not 4-1 scoreline. Don't know who gets the better of the scoreline at the moment for that bracket. But now we're going to be see the 6th battle of Jomon versus ICFC. And Jomon, will that last battle encourage them, inspire them, propel them to win 2 more in a row? Will they do that reverse sweep? We will find out in this one.
Let's get this show on the road.
So red team, they're going to, Jomon will be going mostly to the caves, and remember, I think we'll be getting the spots near A, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. ICFC going mostly to A, and there is 1 tank of Monkey King. So taking the spot to reset B. TJY trying to get A right at the beginning. Akatsuki. Big one on the TJY. Well done to Akatsuki. Good start. TJY can't get that A cap. Apologies for that sound. But well done. Good first shot there. But it's not going to define whether it's going to define whether Jomon is going to win this or not, because still early days. It's not like that team who lost the light tank very early in the battle, and so at least they still have 7 players, and A has been captured by ICFC, so that puts the gap within 80 cap points. So ICFC can still flip that by killing a tank, or they could get either C or B. C so far is quite unguarded, so it's not very difficult. B is a bit more well defended, and you can also see Jomon. They are essentially parking the bus. So many tanks sitting near the spawn. Again, I fear that they could lose the map control that way, but ICFC is also quite It's sitting quite close to their spawn as well. So no team is trying to get the map control at the moment. But there is still time. There is still time. 5 cap points for 2 seconds of increase. So if we do the maths here, essentially we are talking about more than a minute ago for ICFC before they absolutely have to push. Once again, 800 cap points is kind of the reference mark for pushing. Or the kind of the maximum number of cap points you want to wait for. Otherwise, if you push later than that, it might be too late. Although, if you do not have lots of hit points, this rule could be broken. Because if you don't have a lot of hit points, the push is probably not going to go smoothly. And in that sense, if you have like 80 cap, if you have less than 80 cap points of gap, you can try to snatch the win by killing a tank to flip it momentarily to your favor. We do see teams doing exactly that, and it is an ugly win, but a win is a win. So we're not seeing that scenario here. ICFC has more hit points than Joon. So we'll see. ICFC haven't found a lot of information yet. Oh, good shot onto Eat. They're trying to get B. But Joon is now rotating. They're now going for Captain Low. Captain Low is now in deep trouble. But there is still quite a lot of tanks of ICFC sitting near the spawn. This is not looking good for Captain Low. I think Joon might have found the weakness. Although ICFC will get B, and they will get C as well, Joon will get A. So ICFC still playing with Caps, but they could lose Captain Low now, and they did. And now it's 7 versus 6. Hit was in huge favor of Joon. A will be captured very soon. Time is running out for Joon. They need to get the tanks. They need to get the kills. The Caps are still in huge favor of ICFC. Joon will get A. And ICFC will pray that they're not going to lose another tank. But Eat is also quite low. Joon will be looking for that tank. And they're now charging onto me. This is going to be a carnage. Nishiki's now down to a 2-shot. ICFC, if they can still have B in their hands, it could be important. Nishiki's now out. And they've lost TJY 7 up in quick succession. Joon now, they're trying to get B. They now need 2 more kills to win this one outright. Eat is quite low. And Monkey King is also quite low. They just only need to kill the double VKs, and this should be enough for them to let to the tiebreaker. And they don't need to actually kill another time. They already got 1,000 cap points. Well done to Joon. 3-3 is now score, and we're seeing a tiebreaker here. Wow. Impressive stuff by Joon. This they have. I like that. They've really picked up their performance in the last couple of battles. Looked a lot more decisive. The kind of the hesitation we saw them had early on, that is essentially gone. Is practically gone. We're seeing a much more decisive Joon team. In ICFC, the last 2 battles, they were struggling a lot with positioning. So they need to address that in the tiebreaker, because what they're really good at here is that they can definitely target, and they can definitely focus fire well. They can definitely target an isolated tank, but they themselves need to make it harder for Joon to pick up the isolated target. So now, let's take a look at the tiebreaker map, the first tiebreaker on the APAC server. In the Blitz Masters Resistance, we are now going to Yukon. It's very different to the previous 3 maps in that this is a 4-cap map. So the cap points will increase at a slower rate. In this map, taking the cap that will give you 3 cap points for 2 seconds of increase. And usually most of the action will happen around the northeastern region, which is somewhat flat. So you do expect quite some super heavies. So this is what we are seeing with ICFC taking double VK72 a mouse and Joon taking a mouse. With now scoreline being 3-3. What are we going to be seeing here? Joon, double bat shots, double I7 the mouse, double VZ. Oh no, sorry, WZ. I learned that from Nino's. Nino pronounced the WZ and VZ, but this is kind of common because I think V and W are the same letters in German, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, this is understandable, but
Time to roll out.
But to avoid confusion, it's the WZTDs you're talking about. So Joon, red team from the south slot, going mostly to the southwestern region, and so is ICFC. And double bat shots are going to the corner. Eats is spotted, LP spotted, Member spotted. ICFC cannot get their cross shots onto the bat shots, and now he is going to be in deep trouble if Joon decides to push. Eat will be gone, but this will come with a huge consequence. But Misaka took a lot of hits there, I think, from the VK72s. No skill. Oh, wow! What a move from no skill. And I think this would be a bad move from them. He is absolutely farmed by ICFC's crossbar. He wanted to surprise ICFC, but ICFC came prepared. Oh dear, oh dear. What has Joon done? I think they might have thrown away this one already. Now ICFC will look for Nishiki. And Joon will be looking for super now. The hit points are in favor of ICFC. LP is out as ICFC have called WWR to push with ease, and they are now doing 2v1. So obviously this is going to be ICFC taking that side as well. Nishiki out, Misaka down to a one-shot. Good shots onto Kitsuki. Misaka is now out of the fight. Member is quite low. It's taking them some time, but they will get that player eventually. ICFC, Monkey King takes a bait one from Akatsuki, and TJY puts a good shot on Akatsuki. Eat will put the entire clip onto Akatsuki, and Captain Low gets the kill. Monkey King's now out. That leaves PPK, the last person standing, or maybe not. Member is coming in. He's still alive, but for no unbeknownst reasons, but he's out finally. PPK is out. That win of ICSC will send them to the upper bracket final. So huge congratulations to ICFC and huge commiserations to Joon. Joon, they worked really hard. They won 2 in a row on Black Goldville convincingly, but all the hard work got undone by a big mistake of that WZTD. Don't know what they had. I don't know what they had in mind in that situation. I don't know if it is just an individual call. Is it like a team call? But Joon should have known a little bit better of the positioning of ICFC. That's a very, very open area. And he just lost so many hit points making that push. And Joon just got absolutely shell-shocked when that happened. Now ICFC, they've done really well to punish that player. But Joon, they have to take a step back, think carefully, because on the stream it will look very bizarre. I know they want to surprise ICFC in that situation, but they might want to take a little bit more time in assessing that situation. But because this is not looking very good on the stream, I'm afraid. But I hope they will pick up their form back in the lower bracket first round. Whether we are going to be following next. Wow, what a tiebreaker! What game! Let's take a look at the results. Do we have results for the other upper bracket first round? ID won Legacy 4-2. So, there we go. So the next match we're following is Joon versus Legacy, and Legacy sent me some replays of their win against Risk. We'll see if we have some time to play that. But I think I said I will analyze the battle of Desert Sands. Is it the first battle I was thinking of? Yes, I think it was the first battle where ICFC won that. But before I do that, I will I will give you the new odds and update the graphics, and then see if we have some time. Then we will do that analysis. So be right back. Oof. Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed the battles in the last couple of well, hope you enjoyed the last couple of battles of Joon versus ICFC. Well, it will be interesting to follow the lower bracket first round. Don't know what to expect here. Hopefully it will be really good stuff, but you never know. Will Legacy be able to make an upset? We'll find out soon. Let's see the next maps, the next set of maps. I'm just gonna you know, update that. So. The next episode maps we have Camp Seer, Fort Despair. Norcandy. And Rock Feud. Yeah, should be I have to change. We're following the lower record first round next, so now I've updated that. It should happen around 15 minutes. Gonna be really quick. Okay, I'll be very quick in this analysis. I do have to take a look at the time. But now all the graphics have been updated, so let's get right into that. But a third battle of me following Chobon versus Legacy. Ah. There we go. Okay, so let's get into that now. I'll try to be very, very quick into analysis. I can't say I might be the quickest. So let's go. Let's go on. Let's go. Then the building, so it's quite easy to get into great positions to farm when you cross over to that ridge. Although you can go from below, this is another viable way, but you also have to go out in the open to some extent. But I digress. Both batch has spotted one another, member running away, but they haven't spotted anyone going into the desert for for both teams. So both teams don't know which way they go. But so if you bear with me for a moment, I need to update the score. Scoreline is 1-1. So we are back. Yeah, we are back. Okay, actually, I'm going to fast forward because I don't think there were a lot happening. So, some shots fired here. Captain Low and Nude Happy Time, both A will be captured by E. Very passive. Let me just fast forward a little bit more. I really don't seem to find anything interesting at the moment. I mean, a good note here is that you can count down, and sometimes with really good gun depression can make use of the gaps here to shoot tanks towards the city side. Yeah, so this is not cheating. This is a completely legitimate move. So for those of you who don't know already, you can shoot below the train carriages and the tanks in the city. Okay, so I think this is when things start to get a little bit interesting. Is that Joe Bomb, they're at the moment very passive. I don't know if it's the best idea to have WZTDs. And obviously, I haven't played WZTDs in quite a while, but it's a TD. I don't think it has good gun depression, and it definitely doesn't have good turret arm. Definitely doesn't have a turret. In terms of traverse speeds, probably not very high as well. I think teams are taking that because they're high alpha, maybe a relatively good TD tank with in terms of DPM. But I think most importantly is the reactive armor. Otherwise, you can see the main issue would be the low hit points at the beginning, and as I already said, does not have a turret, and the gun depression is probably quite low as well. So, in this case, we have ICFC with a cap lead, so they don't need to do anything. They don't need to push. They can just hold. It will be very difficult for the WZ to kind of push in, because essentially ICFC in their positions, Joe Bon, WZ with really a turret. They don't have a turret, so they have to turn their tank and then aim. That will take some time, so it's not a good time at all to push, especially when you have to turn your tank to get shots in. This strategy could have worked for Jobon if they have the cap lead at the beginning. Alas, it's not the case. So they have to find something, and maybe they have to reconsider this strategy. Maybe drop 1 or 2 WZTDs, and hopefully they will be able to get a cap more quickly, and or maybe they will find a way to reset A. I would probably my advice would be to drop a WZTD in favor of a bat chat, because what we saw in bat chat early on is that the bat chat has to go like spot near A and then have to go back and go all the way to the city, and that would take a long time. So if you have another bat chat, one bat chat could do that spotting and another go for B or C. In this way, you might be able to get that cap lead more quickly, and the WZTD will have some use in those positions. We don't know, but C will be captured by Member Monkey King in that mouse. Trying to wait for Noob Happy Time to come out, and he does do that. That I think it's a bit of a mistake here, I'm afraid, for Noob Happy Time. Because ICFC are ready for that, and let's take a look at the numbers. ICFC 6 tanks in the desert, compared to WZ with only 4. I think that makes it a good call to push in to take out the WZTDs, in my opinion. While Joe Bomb, it will take some time to get that mouse, which is sitting there in the city side. So there is a bat chat over there, but going out like that. But if the bat chat wants to go back to support the TDs, they have to be careful, because ICFC, if they don't move straight away, whoever comes up off this ridge will get absolutely farmed, unless they miss all their shots, obviously. But Joe Bomb is in some sort of trouble. That mouse, unfortunately, yes, you can actually go down like that, but you might want to wait a little bit longer. Or maybe, I don't know, this is good, or maybe just engage with that mouse anyway, so that essentially ICFC cannot have like all 7 players in the desert side. So, or can go for the Captain Low, but I would think that's not something that I would do even now. I don't know. My call for German, this is going to be a tough one. In fact, it's ICFC have a much better situation here. It's really hard to call, not gonna lie. There's also like a heavy tank in the city side, so maybe my call will be for those 3 tanks to go for Captain, or maybe Misaka to join them. But that mouse should not go in first. He does not have a lot of health. Ignore the mouse. So the mouse would take so long to go and support the team. So you definitely want to kill Captain Low and then go and support the rest of the TDs. That's what would be my call for Jomon in this situation. And ICFC thinks that they can push on to WZTDs. If they do so, they have to be very decisive, because WZTDs have the... Okay, so now Jomon is going out in the open, which is a viable call. It's not a bad call, actually, because now you see, maybe I will get 5 more seconds earlier, those 2 and 5 Bs, that dude right there, is going to block their view. I don't think they can shoot from there, so it makes sense for Jomon to have the 2 and 5B and the Batchat to go there. But then there are also like 3 tanks that could shoot right here. It will be a bit of a gamble, but they won't take too many hits for crossing, so it's not the worst move to make. But as I said, I would have called for those 2 tanks to kind of come from behind, take the VK, and cooperate with Misaka. But I think the room is out, so I'm going to go into the room first. Oh, thanks very much, Rusty, for the lovely feedback. I'm glad you enjoyed the analysis and my commentary. And we're now going to Camp Steel, of course, and we still have some time, so we will continue analyzing this. Very decisive, because WZTDs have the alpha, and the hesitation could cost them. Yes, the hesitation could cost them, because now it's very possible that these 2 tanks now have shots in. They're waiting for... it's also possible that what ICFC is doing, they're waiting a call for these tanks to push, or maybe to take out the mouse. But I would not have done that. I would only send, like, maybe get Captain Low to deal with that mouse. I think it will be a huge... it will be a wasted opportunity as well. But then... it's a 3 versus 4, so maybe not. Just a bit... I just have to rewind a little bit and see where the other 2 and 5 have gone. Yeah, that position could have easily gone to this corridor, and that would have facilitated push over to the TDs, and the Batchat could also join in later on, or maybe just go down there, put an entire clip into the mouse, go out there, and kind of, like, pincer those TDs. The Batchats have lots of mobility, so he can take a longer way. The mouse, of course, could go in, and VK can also close in to kind of trap those VK, the WZTDs. Right. So what next? Because they waited, okay. So actually, no, it's not a bad. They actually only sent Captain Luke to take out the mouse. So, but now, I think this is probably a bit of a mistake from ICFC to now trying to retreat. I don't know for what purpose, because essentially there's only one cycle of Jomon here. So in this case, Jomon, what they've done really well, push while they're trying to, while ICFC is trying to retreat. And in doing so, we'll now get the push onto the heavy tanks near A. ICFC is this. Jomon sent so many tanks over there. It's probably not the worst idea, but maybe 1 or 2 tanks taking out maybe Super Nub Captain. I don't think they can get Captain Nub. I don't think they have the line of fire, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think they can just push in maybe maybe focus those 3 tanks near A, and hopefully the mouse can stay. I don't think he can stay long now. It's a miscalculation from them, because I can't see these 2 tanks going to last for long. TJ1 out, Noob Happytan also out, and And yes, they probably have sent too many tanks on just taking out and Careful here. WW also with low health, maybe they should have sent like 1 or 2. So this is what I got to say about complicated focus fire. It's not just all tanks onto one. You sometimes do not want to lose map control. So this is what I would say. And yeah. But I can't see Careful lasting for long here. Hit points are neck and neck actually. Jomon. Yeah, so it's now 5 versus 5. So that mistake from ICFC brought the hit points really close. Don't think we have enough time to go through that. I think there is a lot to uncover here, so I probably might do it. I'm just going to get the map now. I probably would do it after this battle, because we only have around 45 seconds to go. So tune in for the second part of this analysis. I was pretty much speeding things, but the take home message so far is ICFC wasted a good opportunity to push. Joon made a good call to address that. But we'll see why Joon lost that game in the end, because Joon did a good move right there. Okay, so let's take a look at Camstia, and I think here's the lineup, and let me explain why I call this map Camstia, because it can get quite campy. As all A, B, and C caps, they can be reset easily by both sides. So if none of the teams here rush right at the beginning, as we do occasionally say on the EU server, then it becomes like it's a stalemate for both teams. None of them would want to get a cap because they will get shot at. All 7 minutes can be used, and later on you'll see Norcamdy being in the map, and I don't know, I hope it won't get too boring in this one. We never know. So let's see Legacy on the red team versus Jomon from the south side. I've also got some information about Legacy. They are an international team, but they have 4 Indians in their team. So that's I don't think I've seen an Indian team playing at such a high level. So to see like 4 Indian players in the top 4 stage, that's really great to see on the APAC server. So we'd love to see some Indian representation here in the top 4. There's also an Uzbekistan me, if that's the demonym for Uzbekistan, but also interesting nationality there. I digress. LLP tried to get B, but is unsuccessful so far. He hasn't taken a hit, so that's really good for them. Good shot onto MMC LLP on a drum reload. Could have been a disaster for MMC, but he ran at the right time. He probably doesn't know this one. Maybe he does. We never know. We have to ask Legacy whether they know that the bad shot is reloading. Whether they just didn't take into account that and just run away. Anyway. This is what I'm talking about Camstia being very campy, is that no one can get A, B, or C. Both teams are just defending those 3 bases, and yeah, I think we're going to spend like entire 7 minutes watching them holding. But you can't blame them for doing this. This is a totally legitimate strat. Strat that I would probably expect in the typical tournament battle on Camstia. But I mean, with there's so much time left to go, maybe I should talk more about the team, shall we? Jomon, as you all know, are a Chinese team. I have to double check whether it's whether this team played in plays on the Chinese server, or is it a team full of Chinese diaspora? Because I know, like Low, back then a couple of years ago, they are a team with Chinese diaspora, if I remember correctly. Whereas Legacy is an international team, as I introduced, 4 of them being from India, and there is a Legionnaire from the EU server, and there is also a person from Uzbekistan, and also a couple more nationalities that I need to go back and check Discord, but I don't want to go to Discord now because I will freeze the game on the stream, so that's not what to do now. I should have done homework a little bit more, but I think the most impressive fact for these two teams is that both teams qualified to the top 4 stage for their very first time. In fact, none of these teams have qualified to a top 8 stage beforehand. Not beforehand, before the season starts. So you have to say a huge congratulations to them. I mean, very impressive run already, especially for Legacy. Legacy, they have beaten Risk, which won a lot of titles in the previous season. So Legacy, the dark horse of this tournament, if they could beat Risk, who is to say they can't beat Joon? So impressive stuff for Legacy, and I can't wait to see how they perform in the lower bracket first round. Still not a lot of action happening. We're down to around 3 minutes to go. Joon now trying to go for A, and Mamba, unsuccessful in going up the hill. Actually, I can feel you, but you should have trained for that, to be fair. I can't get up through that route multiple times, so I might need someone to tell me how to do that in the future. But Mamba doesn't want to go for A because you will see that the WZ TDs are totally ready to shoot wherever it gets in A. Although you could probably get to the left side of A, but it's going to be very tough because MMC is also there to shut you down. So Joon can't really go for A. They can't do that. 2 more minutes to go. We completely missed that. Zero now. How down? Pip would still favor Joon, so Joon might be able to get a win with damage dealt alone. But at the same time, they will find it a little bit more comfortable in that push. So only about 1 minute and 20 seconds more to go. Joon can't get A, but Legacy is also quite spread out. So if Joon go past A, yes, they could take a couple of hits from TDs, but MMC would not last for long. So Joon, in my opinion, go for A, or go past A, take out the bad chat, and maybe take out the TDs. They have the guns. They just have to be confident. Now Legacy will try and get C. Joon, no tags going for that. Base shots of the Misaka, great job to the DTs. MMC might be trapped, might want to run away, but they got C. They haven't lost the tank. They have the caps. MMC needs to stay alive. Cannot penetrate the entire clip in, but LLP is now coming in to try and take out MMC. MMC, I don't think he's going to last for long. He's going to die on fire, out of the fight. Game is now even. Steve is now Joon. They need to take out the TDs. Oh, true. I don't know if he has made the right call. Big shot to LLP, but LLP's in the back chat. I think it's a misstep from TDs. Will they be able to stay alive long enough? I don't know. But Legacy has now made a call to take out PBK and no skill, but the WZ TDs need to stay alive as long as it's cool. But it's enough. Joon, with that kill, will be enough to get them the win, as Legacy hasn't killed a single tank. So well done to Joon. The scoreline is now 1-0, and Legacy Oh, it's exactly what I said about Joon. They should have pushed beyond A. They did that. And that's the winning move from Joon. Even if Legacy got C, it's not the most important thing. At that point when there are only like 1 minute to go, there's like 1 minute to go. You just need that kill to get you the win. And Joon found that opportunity brilliantly. So well done, Joon. We're going to the second battle on Camp Steer. It's now 1-0 in favor of Joon. And well, I will have the chocolate after. I don't think I have enough time. Well, maybe I'll get 2 bars of chocolate for now. Oh, chocolate is melted. Oh dear. Okay, so Legacy have to ready up. They can't afford to lose Doha. Doha, press the button. Press the button. Oh no. Oh god. Ah, he did press the button just in time. Let's see. True is definitely not impressed about that that potentially catastrophic mistake from Doha.
Up and at 'em, lads.
So Legacy will take triple IS-7s, a VK-72, and WZ-113TD. Achieving a back chat, Legacy will send most of the tanks over to A. Joon. They will send tanks over to B and C. And I think he's called Kashman Kachok. Let me know if I butchered your name. Apologies if I did. Joon will cross, but Legacy will not shoot tanks crossing, as they have no one doing that. But Kashman will swap tanks. Joon has made a decision to go for C. So at least this battle is going to be quicker, because I don't think also meant to be used when the cap, when C cap has already been taken so early in this battle. Oh, Zero takes a hit from Member. Doha will try to get A. And yeah, 4 cap points for 2 seconds to increase. So I'm going to do the full math. 6 more minutes before a team gets 1,000 cap points. If this still goes on, then I'm afraid all 7 minutes will be used again. Unless. But then Legacy needs to push because they don't have the cap points. So they still have a lot of time. Just figure out where most of the Joon tanks are positioned. But they are not conserving hit points, so that's an issue for them. Joon will try to get B, and will True be able to reset B? He's almost fully reloaded now. Let's see. Oh, it's a bounce sadly, and he's taking 2 base shots in return. Oh, I think this has turned from bad to worse for Legacy. Now Joon has 2 caps. Certainly this is not a battle where all 7 minutes will be used. Monaco trying to get side armor. Oh no. The Shiki is aiming at Monaco, and the Shiki puts a shot there while Joon makes a call to push onto Doha, and Sarah, great call there 4 versus 2 Legacy, very spread out. They found Nishiki quite alone, but they don't want to send all 5 tanks into one. Zero instead. Doha is not going to last any longer because look at that. Big shots will be going into in the way of Doha. Doha is no more. C has been captured by Legacy now. Will Legacy get B? Hit points in huge favor of Jomon. A good shot from Akitsuki of the True. True is now down to a 1 shot potentially. If not, then 2 shots. Good shot onto Mamba. Monaco takes 1. True is out. Great shot from Akitsuki. The shot efficiency from Jomon this battle is really good. I think the best I've seen them as I've seen so far from them. It's a huge well done to them. Now let's take a look at MMC. Oh, big shots onto MMC, and Member takes MMC down. 3 versus 6 now. It's kind of a disastrous battle for them. Legacy wants to go for LLP, but I think it's too late. Jomon has the caps and the guns and the hit points. LLP is out. Neighbor is now the focus for Jomon. And I think it's all over for Legacy. It's now 2-0 in favor of Jomon. Well done to Jomon and Legacy. Not sure what happened there. They looked a bit hesitant, and I think the hesitation is further exacerbated when they're trying to make a move, but Jomon completely shut them down. What Jomon did very well, read the situation very well, pushed onto the 2 tanks sitting near the river on the west side, and because they have a lot more tanks there, 4 or maybe even 5, it's 2. They just took those 2 tanks very quickly, and I think the overall just how Jomon positioned this battle is really good, a lot better than Legacy. The numbers game, just Jomon managed that perfectly. Alright, let's take a look at the next map, which is Fort Despair. I'm just gonna have another bar, more bars of chocolate and. Apologies. Oh, let me get ready before I forget. Legacy versus Jomon. For Despair. What do we think about this? It's as I always say, it's an anti-meta map in that most of the time the current meta won't fit on this map. I think the main reason is that this map is so flat, not virtually no terrain at all. I mean, there is some terrain, but it's not enough to be used as like it's not enough to be considered in strats anyway. So that's just why you will see a lot of VKs and some TDs as well. The WZ does not work the best in hilly terrain, but on For Despair, this could be the map for this tank. Jomon on the north side will go mostly to defend A and maybe C. Legacy will send most of the tanks over to A. And will Legacy spot the tanks of Jomon? Oh, zero indeed. It's a bit sadly, but that's some information. Crucial information for Legacy. Despite that bounce. So it's like not the worst thing to happen for them. What is Serun doing? Is he trying to friendly fire? Or is he trying to knock the tree down? No, Serun, don't do that. Don't go out. Takes one. Goes back. If he insisted in going out, you're so having that moment whereby you lose the tank so quickly at the start. You don't want to make that mistake, do you? German has a cap lead as they got C more quickly than Legacy getting the B cap. So Monaco receives an HE splash. It's not going to be enough, but Joe also has to hit on pool lead. And Legacy will have to find a way to either briefly capture top C. It's not the most difficult thing to do because the gap is around 15 to 20 cap points, so they probably just need to spend around 6 seconds. 6 to 8 seconds on C cap. And they will overtake German, so something that they could do. But Legacy, MMC very aggressive there in the VK. That means German's going to do something so that they won't lose the map control. Now they're going to push onto the northwestern corner. Big shot onto MMC. I don't think Karshman's going to last so long. MMC is all very, very low. Now Legacy needs to find the time to kill them. They found Nishiki. MMC hopes that he can go back in safety quickly enough. Nishiki gets taken out. Well done. But Legacy needs to keep moving because Jomon still has Serun and Karshman very isolated. And both of these two isolated tanks are working in tandem, so Legacy needs to start coming in. Needs to start getting the tanks. Akatsuki is quite low. Zero missed the shot, and Zero is now dead. And Karshman drops the reactive armor. Legacy looking for snow skill. MMC staying back because he doesn't have a lot of hit points. Monaco bounces the shot through, receives a shot from Misaka, but the hit points are in favor of Jomon. Karshman is also dead. And it's going to be very, very tight. MMC is out 4 versus 6. Doha looking to get a good shot onto no skill. He does. Legacy falling apart completely, which is not nice to see. Monaco, good shot to Akatsuki. Troop gets the kill. No skill out. It's now 4 versus 4. There's still hope for Legacy. But Jomon still finds an isolated tank of Neighbor. Neighbor is out, true. Looking for Member, but again another bounce. A track shot. Good kill onto Misaka by Monaco. Can Legacy put this one off? They desperately need the win. But LLP is trying to get B. Monaco, good shot to PPK. Gets a reset shot onto LLP from Doha. Monaco, this is your only chance to get PPK, and he does. Doha is out. And True has to kill Member. B has been captured by Jomon. This is so close. True, can he get a kill? He does get a kill. But Caps, they need the Monaco one shot. LLP looking for Monaco. No, he puts a shot onto True. It's that big shot onto LLP, and Monaco onto LLP as well. True receives a shot from LLP. Monaco trying to get a caps on Legacy. The final. Oh, True bounces the shot. LLP misses. I think Jomon gets this one. What a win for Jomon. Legacy almost turned this one around. Sorry, I forgot the scoreline is 4-3-0 at the moment now. Yeah, happens from time to time. I'm sorry about that. I just got too carried away. Are you late? Not really late, but Joel now has some match point legacy. I think that VK could be a good move. Maybe reconsider the position of that TD because it was so far out and wasn't really doing anything to support the team. But that's not the main problem here. Main problem legacy, I think the mid to late game they were struggling quite a bit with focus fire. They got the kills. Well, they brought it quite close in the end, but I would imagine that they would have an easier time if they could tighten up their focus fire a little bit more. Yeah, so yeah, that's hitting in the northwestern corner. That's besides the point. So it's not the main issue there. But now it's 3-0. Legacy. I mean, they weren't expecting to be in the top 4 at all. And you can really see the lack of experience is showing here. And Jomon, these players been playing for quite some time as a unit, so they definitely have a bit more chemistry than Legacy. This is a completely new team. Although a couple of these players have played in various teams, various top teams previously. So I hope Legacy continues to play next couple of seasons. They just need to gel a bit more with training in the next couple of seasons. And they are a really talented team. They just I think they've exceeded their expectations. Just this season's a good starting point. The next couple of seasons, they just need to build on this impressive season overall. So don't be too harsh on them tonight, and I hope they can come back stronger next season as well. So Jomon on the match points, 3-0 so far. Legacy will send most of the tanks over to the northwestern corner, and Jomon. Nishiki is spotted. Zero is spotted. Takes an HE splash. Legacy can't put any shots while Jomon's crossing. Not the worst thing to happen, but Legacy. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is the right move for the Musa TDs. They were a bit defensive. And look what the Crown Wagon is doing here. He is centrally farming the tanks stuck in the northwestern area. Now the IS-7s are moving in, but not the WZ TDs. Jomon addressing this by putting more tanks in. They have the WZ TDs as well, but True is going to move in. I think this would be a tough one for Legacy to push on to. While Legacy is trying to be aggressive near the middle as well, it's all about focus fire. It's all about whoever has better focus fire, and True is the first taking out. Great shot by Akatsuki. Misaka down to one shot. Great kill by Neighbor. Giga takes out Nishiki, and Doha still really healthy. Monaco trying to stay alive if he could. Doha tried to shoot, but Akatsuki farming from behind. That's such an important position. That position alone would be enough to give Jomon the win, I'm afraid. Now Akatsuki is coming in to support PBK because PBK would otherwise be alone. It's now a 5 vs 4 situation. A good shot onto no skill by Neighbor. Doha, good shot onto no skill, but unfortunately, I think this is all over for Legacy. Good shot to PBK. PBK gets the kill to Gigabyte, and yeah, 4 vs 4. Hit points in huge with Jomon. PBK is out. Legacy, there's still a chance. Actually, there is still a chance. I might be calling this one too early. Doha is out. Probably is it. I think it's over now. I can't see Legacy making a comeback here. Zeron is a one-shot right out in the open. Legacy Neighbors now coming in, but he's going to do a 1v2. He can't really win this fight. He's going to do the the walls of the rock here. Oh, good kill there. But Member puts a shot in. Karshman, can he support his teammate? Akatsuki is looking at that. Oh, it's a miss, a big miss. Oh, it's over. It's all over. Mamba would have been killed if Karshman penned the shot. Akatsuki can just go in. He has more hit points. Doesn't have to wait. Gets the kill onto Karshman, and scoreline is 4-0 in favor of Jomon. Legacy takes home the 4th place in the Blitz Master Resistance. Well done to Jomon. Much better performance than what we saw against ICFC, and they are going to be waiting in the lower bracket final. Tomorrow we will see if either of these Chinese, we will see if they qualify to the grand final, and let's see if we will have an interview with one of these teams tomorrow. And yeah, I always say in my previous streams that Southspawn is more favored to take better positions in the northwest region, rather than north and north spawn not really. So my advice, if you're spawning from the north and you want to take the northwest region, you better be very aggressive about that, because if you don't, then as you saw, the Kraftwagen will farm you how down, or another how down tank like the Concept 1B T110E5. That is a really good spot to farm you. Not from the other side. Other side, you have the kind of the ruined house that and some terrain to shield you. So well done to Jomon. You deserve that. Yes, we're following ICFC next versus ID. So don't leave. Because you can still earn rewards. And if you leave now, you won't earn the maximum amount of coins. So let's take a look at the instructions. There's still some time, but you probably will get not a lot of coins by now. So make sure you follow the instructions said here. And the rewards counter will last for 2 hours and 15 minutes, so it's still counting. So we'll count for another like an hour and a half. So don't leave. Today is a really long stream. Hope if you are from Asia or wherever you are, hope that you have something to eat while you're watching the stream, because yeah, I already had my bar of chocolate, so hopefully I have enough energy to last for another batch. But I also have to give to put a disclaimer here is that the upper bracket fight is not going to matter a lot. It's just going to be the match where a match that's whereby it decides which team's going to be it's going to be meeting Jomon in the lower bracket final, and which team's going to go directly to the grand final. But that bracket will not eliminate any team. So I have to say sorry here, because my commentary is probably going to be a bit more casual in the upper bracket final. So please don't mind if I make any jokes, or maybe some light-hearted jokes about people missing shots or bouncing shots. I don't know. I'm just going to be a bit more casual. I probably won't scream a lot, because I'm going to save my voice for tomorrow. And there is a special guest tomorrow. If you hope you can guess which guest I'm going to invite tomorrow. Okay, right. All right. So we have like 30 minutes to go. We'll continue that second part of Jobon versus ICFC, and then I think we can take a look at some of the replays that Legacy sent me of their win against Risk. All right, let's do that now. So where we left off, let's go back earlier. We were here where ICFC made a call to retreat and try to deal with that mouse, which I would not advise you to do so because it's just only a mouse and it's just pretty much too short. Why would you rotate your team away with that? Away, Jobon will now get the push onto the heavy tanks near A. ICFC, is this a miscalculation from them? Because I can't see these two tanks going to last for long. Yes. Originally they have like 3 tanks, maybe like a couple tanks around here, scattered around here. They should have put in more confidence to Captain Low and also Monkey King. At the end of the day, Captain Low is Captain Low. He's a captain. Why would you not trust your captain? Yeah, so Jobon, good capitalization of that, and let's see what happens next. Oh, TJY out, Noob Habitat also out, and Careful is now going to be next focus for Jobon. Thanks Sean to Mamba, but I can't see Careful lasting. And yeah, for Jobon I would say, because there's 3 tanks there, they're like, because there are 3 tanks of ICFC sitting below that dune. Jobon in this situation should have sent at least 1 tank to get A. Yeah, you don't need like 5 trying to aim at Careful. Careful is already like 1 shot 10. Good job tracking that 215B. Good job. But send a tank to A. You definitely need the cap back. For safety reasons, you know. Of course, you don't know whether the game will become a bit prolonged, but let's see. For long here, hit points are neck and neck actually. Jobon, which they did in the end, so it's not like they don't know that they should do that, so it's fine. Take that back. They did do that. They did cap a base. Get Careful, and ICFC are now looking for Attribution. So well done to ICFC. That's a good kill right here. It's now 5 versus 5. Hit was still very close. So I kind of missed that. So yeah. Lasting for long here. Hit points are that. Yeah. So Akatsuki can't really, you know, move forward or move backwards. So it's not his fault. That he gets killed quickly by ICFC. But I think in terms of trading, it will be a bit more costly for Jobon, for ICFC to for that 215 used to lose a shared load of hit points. Actually, Jobon gets. Let's see if I have actually. Yeah, I got the right scene. Careful, yeah. And ICFC are now looking for Akitsuki, and they got that player as well. Well, in the end, our WWR didn't lose a lot of hit points, so let's continue to see what happens now. Captain Low is very low, and ICFC got C as well. They still have the cap lead, but Monkey King in that mouse very healthy. Will he able to put some shots in? Not at the moment, but so now both teams are holding. Both teams can't really push in. So Jobon is going to rely on that back chat to either flank all the way back or flank from behind, I would not go for C. Although they don't have the cat lead. The reason is that, first, Captain Low is pretty much a clip away from being killed, and in that sense, yes, the gap is still like 80, but at least you get a kill. At least the gap is now reduced. And second of all, if you get C, that's going to give information to ICFC that you only have 4 tanks. And ICFC at this point, 5 tanks, quite close to the Decisive side, to where those 4 tanks are. You don't want to be outnumbered. You don't want to let them know that that those tanks here are outnumbered. But at the same time, the Batcher has to play this one carefully because he has only 639 hit points. So only 3 taps from these 3 tanks will be enough to kill that Batchat. So has to play this one very, very carefully. But let's see. WWR. I mean, there are a couple of eyes and targets for Jomon, for ICFC. So remember, good idea to push shots onto Monkey King, but these tanks need to be a bit more stay put. Just let Member do something first, because Member is at the moment in a really good position. WWR trying to brawl with a WZ, so I think in this case, I would just try to gather these tanks and then let Member try to get all the crossfire in. I don't know, pray for the best. It's not like Jomon's in huge trouble. I think they're still in a good position to win this one. ICFC, because they have hit points, they just don't need to push in. They don't need to push. There is no reason for them to do so. They just need to wait for Jomon to make a move instead. Jomon, if they find them, it could be bad news for ICFC. But Jomon is struggling a little bit with hesitation as well. And the WZTDs aren't helping them either. Oh. No skill. Wait a little bit longer. Monkey King is in the mouse, so he can't pull back immediately. And if he pulls back, he will show the lower glacis. And that's an easy target for him. Just have to wait for a little bit longer. Monkey King would have been down to potentially a one-shot. Of course, a shot from no skill is not going to put Monkey King down to one-shot, but the double shot from these 2 WZ113 were enough, and the Shiki probably should have tried to go for him as well. Let's see what happens next. They are not exactly primed, geared for terrain fights. Misaka is now out. Now we can see some confusion from Jomon, because Nishiki wants to save that TD, but at the same time, one of the TD rotated away, and I don't know. This is a really weird call from Jomon. And again, misses. There are so many misses there. ICFC will be going for this. And bounce. Good shot from WWR onto no skill Ace. 8 coming in. Yes. So I think what went really wrong to Jomon at the very last minute. They had to. I mean, it's not. In this case, yeah, they have 3 tanks here. Misaka trying to brawl with WWR. Yeah. But if you look at the hit points up there, it's very close. I would have, in my opinion, connect with that Batchat over here. Batchat is in a really good position. Just let ICFC go up to the dunes. Focus on this tank first, and then the tank here over here. This tank from here will not do much, unfortunately. So that's already like 2 tanks out, and once you've killed these tanks, once you kill these 2 tanks, then you can rotate to get WWR. And I have to remind you, Monkey King is in the and these 2 tanks will spend quite some time to rotate. Of course, the Batchat is going to farm these tanks in the middle as well, but at least 2 tanks, quite easy targets for Jomon. It's the confusion at the end which cost them the game and which massively reduced their shot efficiency. So it's a game that Jomon could have won. So and sometimes a lot of these battles it's really down to that mistake at the end, the confusion at the end. So hopefully Joe Bond could learn from this, because this is such a battle which they could have won. They could have won. And ICFC, of course, credits to them too, completely capitalizing on Joe Bond's confusion and took out the targets and really brought them to a healthy hit point pool lead. Yes, I can't remember from that username. Sorry. But yeah, 20 more minutes ago, ICFC versus ID. And then we have Joe Bond here in the lower bracket final. So this is going to be a last match following today. ICFC versus ID. The winner of that will go to the grand final, and the loser of that will join Joe Bond. The odds at the moment are favouring ID 4-2. Okay, will ICFC make an upset here? We don't know. But at the same time, it's not going to be. But at the same time, they don't want to throw everything here, because you know, the more if you throw everything in the upper bracket final, the losing team will study you more carefully, more intensively, and will work out the way to counter you. So this is sometimes a strategy. It's that you don't throw everything so, and especially in the upper bracket final, because you will meet potentially again in the future. Quite likely, to be fair. And yeah, ICFC versus ID. We still have some time, so I'm going to show you the replays of Legacy versus Risk. I'm just going to. Oh no! I hope I didn't end the stream right there. Alright. Did I show you the replay? It crashed my game. It crashed my game. I'm only seeing a black screen. Let's try again. Let's try again. If we cannot play the replay, then we will wait for the upper bracket final then. Let's try again. Oh, there we go. We got it now. Hopefully you can see things working. Is it? Yeah. Good. Let's see. Legacy versus Risk. This is the first battle in the grand final of yesterday. So let's see what both teams let's see which team wins the first battle. So this is in the perspective of True. Okay. So he has taken the position. Oh, he got pushed by someone. That kind of raised. You know, I don't know what you say about this. The kind of the shooting girth. Probably not the right word for that, but let me see what the width of shooting he has been notched very far to the left. So, essentially, don't push a TD because that will not do something really. That will be a nuisance. That's what I'm going to say. So what Legacy is now doing, you can see they are pushing towards the spawn. They found a heavy tank, very isolated. Very decisive move from them. I haven't seen that today, to be fair. And there are TDs kind of, you know, dealing with that push. And, oh, he found a target. Oh, that was a bad miss. You could have waited a little bit longer. Receive a shot from a TD there. They've already killed a tank, so it's good, but he himself is quite... it's going to be a target for Risk. And Risk went for Neighbor. A good call, but big edgy shots. Estima dropped that, I don't know, that attachment. Is it attachment? Consumable. No, consumable. Provision is the word. And now True is being focused, and Risk will get True. Sooner or later we'll find it's going to be a 5 versus 4 because Bifrost also got killed. And can I actually? Oh yeah, I can do that, but the names will be lost. So let's go for Doha. Maybe not Doha. Zeron's perspective instead. Zeron got trapped, and Legacy now focusing onto Holland, and they got Holland, and that leaves FC for the last fun study. So well done, great first battle, for Legacy. So that's got the scoreline is now 1-0 in favor of Legacy. Great push, great decisive push from Legacy. Risk were forced to react, but I think Risk wasn't expecting that to happen. And that's why Legacy was able to gain control of the entire game. And Legacy 4 times doing more than 2k, Risk only 2 times doing more than 2k. And yeah, it's a bit unusual for Risk because usually Risk, when they got pushed like that, they will have a backup plan and they will organize their team very quickly. But I think what we saw in this battle is that they cannot decide whether to support the teammates to soak up the push or to push on the other side. And I think that tiny bit of hesitation meant that they were down by hit points and also guns, and Legacy gained control of the entire battle. Okay, let's see. Let's say about the second battle in the second battle of Legacy versus Risk. Hopefully that can be played. Yes, you can play that. Again, in the perspective of True. Let's see which team is going to win the second battle.
Let's go.
And yeah, the IS4, now IS4 has the speed boost, and some teams are starting to capitalize on this buff. And it's Risk that is capitalizing on this buff, but I don't know if it's working. Oh, good shot there. I mean, Legacy is just pushing right at the beginning to surprise Risk. Maybe because they have nothing to lose. Look at that, how decisive they are in those pushes. Great kill to Holland. Risk once again being forced to react to this push. Mandalorian is out, and very quickly it's oh, big shot onto the lower part. of Lisa. Easily, this is going to be a win for Legacy. What a push from Legacy. Risk didn't see that coming at all. But my question is, why didn't Legacy make these sort of pushes right at the start against Joon? Because it works. It obviously works. It obviously catches Risk off guard. I mean, if you can do that to Risk, I think you can do that to Joon as well. And this game is not streamed at all, so Joon would not know Legacy has this in the bag. I think it's a huge waste opportunity for Legacy, because this is such a great game, a great battle. A push that completely catches Risk off guard on Normandy. Yeah. Legacy. I don't know. For despair, you were so nervous. Like, you should have like pushed straight away. Maybe those two maps. Well, Chemistry, you can say you can really push at the beginning, and why not? People did it and won it beforehand. Before, you know, Legacy. Disappointed that you didn't do that today. You could have given us some really good entertainment. So yeah, really great battle against Risk again, being forced to react to that push. Lost the call, the tag so quickly, and I just noticed a really sus nickname on the Risk team, but yeah. Once again, really strong performance. We have time for another battle. So let's take a look. So now this is the third battle on Lagoon. And this time Risk, they would still take the IS4s, but so far this buff doesn't seem to cement a place for IS4 in tournament meta. At least I don't see a reason that you would take the IS4 at the moment. It's just a bit soft at the moment for the enemy team. So we'll probably not see that for now. So again, in the perspective of True, we're looking at the third battle against Risk in the grand final yesterday. Oh, good blind fire by True. Good blind fire. Good shots. Oh, Risk found a nice little tank of Zero, but True. Good shot, but it's quite a low row at the moment. Good shot from that 215B. Cookie, however, he's alone. He's quite alone. Good shot again. But his teammate's going to deal with that TD on his right. But he's taking a couple hits. Oh, bounces a VK-72 shell. They're going to take that TD in no time. It's a kill onto Sugamugu, and now Risk has made a call to push on to Doha, which is a good call. And True takes one from his right, and Legacy now deals with the two tanks there over there. The Bad Chat's trying to 1v1 that Bad Chat. Doha, good kill onto Bifrost. Lisa will try to get that kill onto. Oh, it's a miss. Not a good shot there. And now True, great shot. Should not have gone down. You might be able to get a bounce from Lisa. No, we can't. But it's over for Risk anyway. Great call, great positioning by Legacy. I think Risk just spread out a bit way too much here. Couldn't quite consolidate. It's quite unlikely because usually in this situation, Risk would not have put tanks in multiple areas. Legacy just isolated them one by one, and already at this point, Legacy is leading 3-0. And Risk have to win 4 in a row. True, definitely did very well in this one. So lots of mistakes, which I was not expecting from Risk to make here. Lots of isolation. So Risk definitely had some terrible form after getting surprised by the first 2 battles against Legacy. Skill. The reason why teams are taking IS4 is that IS4 recently got buffed in the latest update, and now IS4 has the speed boost, have the better speed boost. So teams are trying to experiment whether the IS4 is going to work or not, and it's not. And yeah. And we're now going to Alpenstadt. Have I actually? Let me see if I actually updated the video cards, which I haven't, so bear with me on that. We still have a lot of time. So it's Alpenstadt, Lagoon, Decisive. And then it's Winter Marinovka. And I have to change the maps in this graphic as well. Alpenstadt, Lagoon. Dynasty Spell, Winter Marinovka. And it's now Joon versus not Joon, it's ICFC versus Team ID. Okay. Right, everything's been updated. Let's take a look at the first map, which will be Alpenstadt and ID. You'll see that later. ID just saving the strats for last. Alpenstadt is a map that is going to be quite a cap-based map, to be fair. But can get quite brawly, and it's just not an open map, so you don't expect. I mean, you do expect some VKs and some super heavies there, but there is some terrain, so you will see some hold down heavies potentially as well. But what to say is, it's kind of a cap-based map in the sense that that northwestern cap, I think it's the A cap, will get some attention, as well as the southwestern area with that C cap. And I always say the north spawn is so good, so good, for getting the caps early, and the south spawn usually they will try to counter that, and the strats you use for the south spawn will have quite a different purpose than the strats you use for the north spawn. And not sure if they fixed the glitch that you could fire directly through B without getting spotted. We'll see. But yeah, ID originally were taking 5 Minotauros, even 6, but they're not doing that. They're not going to play with fire. But they could easily do that because, well, they will not be eliminated for now, but it's still really good to at least secure $5,000 of prize pool. And for ICFC, we'll see them ready with this lineup. And I think this is a good map for ICFC because with the covered areas and potentially some good positions for you to do crossfire, it's a great map to push isolate targets and not lose too many hit points for doing so. So let's see what both is going to do. ID, they're going to be taking double WZTDs, double 215Bs, VK72, a bat shot, and an IS7 ICFC, double VKs, a WZTD, a 215B, a mouse, 295 V6, and an STB1 and high to boogie. How are we doing? Okay, let's take a look.
Let's go.
Right, so North Spawn missing, ICFC going mostly to A, and ID will be going mostly to A. Once again, disclaimer, probably be a bit more casual with the commentary in this in the upper record final, because I probably don't have enough energy to commentate 3 matches in a day. But at the same time, it's not going to be the most important match in the final stage. So, great shot from Eats onto Porielica, but it's not going to be game-changing for now. 90, they have sent Camp on it to see. That is more game-changing, because ID would now have the cap lead instead of... oh, good shots, 888. ID really ate that. C has been captured by Campon, and will Campon go further to spots? He spotted no one. ICFC has no one to shut down Campon, but Campon is going to play this one carefully because he doesn't want to make a terrible mistake. But for now, as we see in spectator mode, he is safe. But Campon does not know that, so Campon is going to run away now, going to join his teammates. ID at the moment is very spread out, so ICFC, if they push, they can actually get away with that. But the more they hesitate, the more hit points they will lose, and the harder it is for them to push. A good shot to Lasso for me. Good shot from Warriaka onto Captain Low. Great job there. ICFC hit points, they are trading less effectively as ID. ICFC might be looking to push onto Porielica, but ID hasn't spotted Super Nub, and TJ were great shots onto WWR. ID, they need to start moving in because Porielica is not going to last for long. He's dropped the reactive armor, and ID, what are they going to do? They look a little bit discombobulated at the moment. Huge opportunity for ICFC to get all 7 tanks of the gap. Porielica, last will be joining Porielica. Hit was still in favor of ID, but the first kill goes to is on to Lasso for me. ID, great kill to eat. Now ICFC coming from behind. Porielica going forward, hoping to dodge the kill. He is getting away with that. Can he get the shot onto the WWR? No, he cannot. He cannot. And ID already lost 3 tanks. Captain Low out. So I saw good shots onto Super Nub. Then he gets the shot over to Super Nub as well. Hippo is still in favor of ID, but the guns are in favor of team of ICFC. And Spartan Soul is trying to get out of the way and gets killed by Careful. Landy, good shot onto WWR. And ID, big shot onto Campon by ICFC. Now Campon's down to 1 shot. Going to ignore Monkey King for now, but I don't think ID is going to win this one. Well done to ICFC. ID looking a bit distracted by that push of ICFC. Could have easily like consolidated that push. I think they should not have I don't think they should have crossed to support Porielica, because that's exactly what ICFC wants ID to do. Instead, I think they should have intentionally stay behind let Poryelika soak up that push, and if Poryelika gets pushed from behind, that's a call for ID to push in and deny that push from behind. And it's a bit ill-timed, unfortunately. ICFC played this one nicely. Also, well done to them for getting the focus fire and kill the ISD tanks. And we're going back to open start. Scoreline is now 1-0. Let's see what both is going to take. This time ICFC 2215Bs, WZ TV, VK72 a mouse and a bat shot. ID double mouse, 2215Bs, double I7s, and a bat shot. Okay. So the second battle on the open start, ID. Of course, this is not the time. Well, this is probably not the time to play at your very best, but also a good opportunity to find out any elementary mistakes they've made, and ID would now know that the last battle there is an elementary mistake, which is confusion in the calls, and in targets they want to go for. ICFC being a bit better in shot efficiency this time round. When it comes to grand final, things will become very important. Your fundamental skills, the basics as a tournament team, will become extremely important. Camp on this side, Bachat, try to get spots in. Spotting, no one. Shooting, no one. Only shooting the hills, and that will cause some landslide over there, but at least no one is harmed in this in this situation. Good shot onto eat by Lenny, and it's only behind that gas cap again as they got A more quickly than ICFC getting C. And last one for me is not on his last hook, and it's gonna be really hard to hold down. The IDS7 doesn't have gun depression, but even that, I don't think concept won't be worth it any better. That slope is a bit too steep. ID in good positions to deny ICFC in a push early on. Campbell takes one, but Campbell has relayed important information, so ICFC, if they push, it will be hard. If they go for B, it's also going to be hard, and ID needs to stop dropping hit points. Last time, they did not drop too many hit points, and this time they don't want to make that. They don't want to be that team to drop a lot of hit points. Eat is going to be the team. It's going to be the player that's going to get the spots. He has spotted no one so far. Shevchenko is spotted. Captain though can't put a shell in. ID still has the cap lead. B is under scrutiny. Campbell, good shot there, but this is going to be a bit stale. Captain though receives another hit. ID trading better now. Hit points in slight favor of Team ID. And oh, again, oh, Captain Low, double tap. Oh, ICFC. They're a bit tentative whether to go in or not. The more they hesitate over that area, the more hit points they lose, and the harder it is for them to push. Let's do the maths. 5 cap points for 2 seconds to increase. So we are essentially talking about 200 more cap points to go, and still a bit more than a minute for ICFC to decide how to push and bleed ID. Lanny takes a tap from Monkey King, and Eat has retreated a bit. Spartan Sword is spotted. Nothing much is happening. Both teams still waiting for Rienica. Very interesting move there. Oh, ICFC sent me the call for Rienica in position, but he's not looking at them. He is going for a careful instead. He needs to be joined by Lanny ID. He's going to retreat. They are not going to engage those 215Bs. They have the reactive armor, and they want to engage the VK72 and Monkey King instead. Eat from behind. Campon will be the one to do 1v1, or the attention will be on B. ID wants B, but at the same time, Strashly is going to be the sacrificial lamb. But ICFC is not looking at the Strashly actually. For Rienica, it's the first time down. This is not good news because now it's a 7 for the 6 situation, and Campbell going for C instead. I don't know if it's the right move for ID. Potentially, these tanks are trapped. Strashly now engaging Lanny a one shot. Campbell got C, but he's still under constant scrutiny. ICFC got A. Maybe this is worth it in the end because ID has the hit point pool lead. Lanny is out 7 versus 5. Campbell 1v1. Can he unleash the entire clip? He has to get... He's doing a circle of death. Careful. Is out. Campon finally getting Eat. He has to penetrate the last shell. He does get the last shell. 5 versus 5. Now Strashly is now out. But the headpoints are still in favor of ICFC, but they lost Monkey King as well. Last one will be very healthy. All ID needs to do get B, stay safe, stay alive, and they will have this one in the bag. ID, Spartan Sword, cannot afford to die. B has been captured. It's ID to lose now. ID, they will have to hope that they don't get an ammo rack here. They just need to stay really, really safe. Campon getting the kill onto Captain. No, that seals the deal. That is going to be ID getting the win. 1-1. It is the scoreline. ID. Campon getting that C cap proves to be an important move, but it is such a risky move that it could have easily backfired. ICFC had the right positions. But maybe they should have sent. Maybe they should have. I don't know. Sent too many tanks to deal with Strashly. But that was their plan all along, wasn't it? So I don't know. I think ICFC was finally getting there. Maybe the match. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I think we should analyze that this battle after this match. And now we're going to the second map, which is Lagoon. And before I do that, I'm going to update the scoreline. Lagoon, totally different map than OpenStar, obviously. This is a 3-cap map. Again, quite well covered. Not quite an open map though, and there is more terrain in this one. I see teams go for A, and I do see teams go for C, and I love that plateau, which will give you a lot of overview for the rest of the map. The most important cap will be B. Whoever takes that cap will put themselves in a really good situation, but it's a really hard cap to get. And getting out of the cap is going to be difficult as well, and it's also very low in the entire map. So getting B is going to come with a lot of risk, no pun intended. But we will see what boat is going to. Hello to everyone. ICFC, red team from the north spawn, ID blue team from the south spawn. Well, actually, we'll see both teams going mostly to A. No, not really, because ID, a lot of them are going for C, and Campon in that bad chat spotting a lot of these tanks. Oh, I don't know if Campon's going to survive these. Come on, run! You better run! You better run! You better run away safely. Phew. Is this? Oh, he dodges a share from 2.5. He dodges another. He dodges two. Oh, lucky fella, Campo. You could have died right away there. He is still alive. At least it's better than dead. ID Swanson going for C. So far, ICFC has not dropped any hit points. Florianica takes another hit. Florianica takes a satellite down to one shot now. If he dies, it's gonna be really terrible news for them. TD's coming down, firing some shots, but it's a bit mistimed because the rest of ID's forces aren't really there to support TD's. Now they're here, but ICFC has already found Lasso for me very low, and this is the first time out for Team ID. I think we can safely say this is going to be ICFC's game for sure. Captain though, 1v1 against IS4. I don't think this 1v1 is going to change the outcome of the game. ICFC is now focusing on both Shevchenko and Spartan Sword out. Super Nub down to one shot. Shevchenko out. 7 versus 3. Very quick game. And this game will go to ICFC, bringing the scoreline to 2-1. Strashny coming round. Bounces TJY. Super Nub. Good shot onto Strashny, and Eats will get a shot onto Strashny, but it's a bounce sadly. Campon tried to put a shot, but it's a miss. A very big miss though. Campon out, Strashny out, Lanny the last person standing, and ICFC will bring the scoreline to 2-1. Don't think this is a battle that ID would look back on. Campon taking a lot of shots there, and then the TD's mistime push, Mouse losing too many hit points. Everything has gone wrong for the Team ID basically. They need to forget about that and focus on the next one, because they continue to play like that tomorrow, I think they could have a really tough time. So I know they are a very experienced team, so they could definitely pick themselves back up in the next one, but this is a bit of a scary situation for them. Don't want them to play like that in tomorrow at least. But ICFC, are we going to be seeing some changes? And for Team ID, they're going to be taking double bounce, double 2.5Bs, double WZTDs, and bat chat, with ICFC taking an IS4, double WZTDs, double 2.5Bs, a BK72, and an SCP-1. Scoreline 2-1 in favor of ICFC. Yeah, Lagoon. Do I have some tea left? No, I've drunk all my tea. I've shrunk all my tea. Yeah. Let's see about this. Fourth battle of tonight, ICFC versus ID. Okay, red team from the south spawn and ID blue team from the north spawn, and we will see ICFC going mostly to A and ID going mostly to A as well. TJY is spotted. Campon also spotted. And Campon, oh, not again, not again. Trying to get A, the rest of the teammates aren't really following through. Super Nub gets tracked. And Campbell takes another big hit, and he's now back into safety 4 now, but it's a one-shot basically. Spartan Sword jumps right in to deal with ICFC aggression. For Relica, good shot to Super Nub down to 1 shot. The first tank down is going to be ICFC, and Lanny coming from behind, dealing with the VK 1v1. All about focus fire now, hit points are neck and neck, and ID looking for Captain Low. Someone actually put a shot to Captain Low. Campbell is out. Captain Low out. It's now a 5 versus 6. ID with more guns on the battlefield, and ICFC Lenny has already come through. And for Relica and Lenny needs to work together. Shevchenko is now a Spartan Sword, very, very low hit points. Now in favor of ICFC again. Last one will be down to 1 shot. WWR gets killed, but Spartan Sword wasted the shell and gets taken out as well. 4 versus 3. Guns now in favor of ICFC. And ID will be looking for Careful as the next focus. But I don't know. Oh, Strachey unable to put a shot to kill Careful. This is definitely going to be ICFC's win. ID shot efficiency not as good as ID shot efficiency not as good as ICFC. Focus fire. I think both teams have done fairly well. But it's that shot efficiency and ID were hesitate. Well, no, I'm not sure it's hesitation, but they were delaying a little bit in their shots. Lenny now on fire. ICFC flowed a little bit better, and they are now on a match point. 3-1 is the scoreline. Well done to ICFC. Now let's take a look at the damage from both teams. ID 3 tanks doing more than 2k, and ICFC also now 4 tanks doing more than 2k. But in terms of brawl, ICFC is just really good at brawls, aren't they? If they are together, of course. If they're together, then ICFC are really good. ID struggling a little bit in that respect. They are much better in positioning and distract potentially. Let's take a look at the third map, which is going to be Dynasty's Pearl. And I'm afraid this is going to be a really tough map for ID because this is so well covered. Very flat as well. Very based on individual skills. So good luck to ID. They really need to pull something out of the bag in order to win against ICFC. And of course, it's also somewhat cap based as well, because both teams can get A or C quite easily, and B will be very hard to get. But it's not like that teams can't get B. You can get B, but at some cost. The team that is that is positioned in the park will want to get will put everything into B to cap that out, and the team near A will try to reset B however they can. Oh, sorry. Let's take a look at the lineups for both teams. ICFC will take double BKs, a mouse, double 2.5Ps, the STB1 and the WZ13 Team D. ID, double VK, double IS7, a Badger, a WZTD and a mouse. Match point to ICFC now. And I hope this is not going to be a lost. ID can make a comeback here.
Time to roll out.
So ICFC from the south spawn going mostly to C, and ID blue team from the north spawn going mostly to C. Let's see about TJY. Will he spot some tanks? Yeah, he did spot some tanks. ID. There are a couple of tanks getting spotted as well. Good shot onto Florianica. TJY receives a hit. And ID did slightly better at the start, but by no means it is game changing. Still a long way to go. Spawn the sword, Badger. Haven't seen Badger in a while, but I love that tank. Really good DPM. And we're looking at both teams preventing one another from getting a base. For Florianica, very aggressive in that position. He is safe for now. Lanny takes one, and Lanny bounces onto Captain No. No one has any attention over to Wei, so this could turn out to be very down. But so far ICFC is doing a lot better than ID. So if ICFC can keep this up, ID will have a really hard time defending potentially a push from ICFC. Now TJY is trying to get A, and that will pile even more pressure onto ID as ID has taken no medium light tanks. But Spartan Sword took a hit from Captain Low. No. TJY not getting A. Good idea. You don't want to telegraph your information to the enemy team now. TJY, can he get some shots from this angle? Now he can't find anyone here. Now ICFC has dropped some weapons shots onto Badger. Well done to TJY. Captain though on fire. Oh, but he can't extinguish the fire quickly enough. I think he does not have a consumable to fix that. Hit points now in favor of Team ID. And ICFC, although with a good start with the trading, now things are even Stevens. And ID will try to get C. Can they get C? WWR not. Oh, Florianica might have made a mistake to pull back a tiny wee bit to allow WWR to shoot, but WWR didn't shoot at all. So Florianica got away with that. TJY continues to flank from behind. ID senses something's going on from their backyard. Lanny is not looking at that. TJY finds Lanny side on, misses the shell. Now ID knows there is an STB1 from behind, but their attention has turned towards Captain Low. Last of all, me tries to push on TJY, but I think it's unsuccessful. Hitpoint's still really close, but ICFC is starting to close as ID is dealing with Captain Low and TJY. It's all about focus fire. Spartan Sword like now very low. Captain Low also very low. Another bounce from Strashny. Hit points in favor of ID still, but things could change rapidly. Shevchenko's now focused for ICFC. I think ICFC has found a weakness in ID's defensive setup. Good shot from Campon onto Eat, but Captain Low is the first thing out. WWR is also quite low. Shevchenko out. Spartan Sword still alive, if barely. Campon's still very healthy. Good shot onto Super Nub. And Florianica is going to be an important player here. Spartan Sword finally out, and it's now a 5 versus 5. 5 versus 4. Last one will be out. Big shot from Lanny onto Super Nub. Super Nub down to one shot. Lanny also down to one shot. Can Campon get the tank out of the way? He's still reloading. Oh, takes a shot from Super Nub. Campon gets a kill on Super Nub, bouncing a shot from Eat. Strashly very low. TJY is still alive in that STB1, but hit was a huge favor of ICFC, but ID has a cap at hand, but it will take some time for them to get a cap when they've taken B as well. So it's really good, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so. TJY bounces the shot. Oh, but Airful gets a kill. Monkey is now down to one shot. Campon misses the shot. Florianica now in deep trouble. Strashly rolling 1v1. Gets taken out by Careful. And Paul Riedeker has to kill Monkey King. He does kill Monkey King. Campon still 1v1 against Eat. Can he get a shot in? Bounces the shot onto Eat. Eat also bounces the shot. Paul Riedeker is now out. And I can safely say that ICFC will be the team qualified directly to the grand final unless Campon is able to 1v2 here. Well done to ICFC. Huge congratulations to ID, but they have a second chance. They will be fighting Joon tomorrow, and will they have a second chance? And will they get their revenge against ICFC? TJY getting the kill onto Campon, and ID is, and ICFC officially through with a 4-1 scoreline. So again, ICFC is a really good team when it comes to trading and roles, and ID unfortunately couldn't quite consolidate in this match tonight. They've done very well in that Alpha start game, but yes, we're not going. But it's been done for tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow at 7 again. We'll follow ID vs Joon, and there is a special guest with me tomorrow. And the winner of the lower bracket final will join ICFC in the grand final. And if ID lose to Joon, then we will definitely have a new winner on the APAC server. This is also the first time where a Chinese team gets at least a second place on the APAC server already. It's an unprecedented season with 2 Chinese teams in the top 4 final stage in the season. So all the best to ID, Joon, and ICFC tomorrow. And we only have 8 more minutes, so I'm feeling very exhausted right now. So we're going to watch the rest of the replays that Legacy sent me, and I'll see you tomorrow then. You should the counter should stop in around 8 minutes. So yeah, let's finish what Legacy left for us, and then we'll call it a day. And then we'll see you in the evening. So let's see.
Let's go.
So far, Legacy is winning 3-0. This is the 4th battle against Risk in the grand final. Getting quite aggressive strats from Legacy, and Risk is trying to play safe. And Legacy just keeps on going in, they already have information that Risk is going to sit really deep. So I think this is a misplay by Legacy. They try and push through. But Risk knows what they want to achieve here. Oh, but they found the TDs a bit unsupported. True receives a bounce. It's all focus fire. They're looking for Lisa. A bit of a miscommunication there. Legacy lost a tank already before and now they're trying to save Doha. The focus. Oh, good kill there from True. Doha is out. Very close. But focus fire is a bit all over the place for Legacy. But it's very close still. I think Risk has better focus fire in this one. Bifrost is out. It's anyone's game, to be fair. The Batchat's still alive, but also the enemy Batchat's still alive. So let's take a look at Neighbor in the TD. Trying to go for this fella. Great shot from Neighbor onto this fella here, and oh, but that Batchat got killed. Great kill from Monaco, but I'm afraid a bit too difficult. Oh, Neighbor, it's a difficult shot either way. So well done to Risk. They've got one back. Legacy, that push is well received. Could have worked. It could have worked. And I admire that they are decisive with that decision, even though it's a decision that will probably go very wrong. I think the bigger issue is focus fire here. They've gone a bit too complicated with the focus fire, allowing some of the TVs to stay, TVs stay alive, and Risk just got the better of the focus fire in this one. It's still a very close game, don't get me wrong, but Risk's focus fire is just slightly better. So yeah, this is the fourth battle. Okay, so let's take a look at the fifth battle, which Ghost Factory.
Time to roll out.
I'm just going to Alright, so again they're pushing. Oh, but they got punished for doing that. So now Risk is steadily studying, has already found what Legacy loves to do, is that they want to push right at the start, and they've already taken out MMC. Yeah, not a really good move from Legacy this time. They are probably a bit too spread out, and Risk is just a lot more bunched up together. SV1 is very low, so one shot, and oh, you don't want to be in that scenario. That medium tank is going to kill you. Oh, but he got a kill in the end, so it's fine. He got that kill in the end, but it's a bit too late. Risk just completely read the situation perfectly. Now, this is more the Risk team I'd like to see. And us, It's didn't qualify to the top 4, and well done to Legacy. Alright, so let's take a look at the final replay of Legacy versus Risk. On Ghost Factory again.
Move out.
Right, this time Legacy is changing their game plan. They're not going to be aggressive right at the beginning. They're going to take a more defensive setup, which is going to throw Risk a bit off guard, because Risk doesn't know when Legacy doesn't do the aggressive strategies again. So this so Risk gets the cap lead first. Great shots onto Lisa. But at the same time, someone also lost some hit points, but Lisa's quite low. It's a great start to Legacy, although not the statement-inducing start. I don't know a better word for that. And now Risk will get D as well, which is good. They will have the cap lead. And Risk will try to get B. Very weird strategy by Legacy, as they've allowed Risk to get B, C, and D. They are putting themselves in huge pressure. So I don't know how Risk managed to do this in the end. We have to see. There we go. Oh, great shots. Now Legacy's trying to come in. Risk might have dropped too many hit points actually. It looks like it. Now trying to get Legacy trying to get B back, it's just fine. I think Risk might be in bad positions. Does look like it.
We've damaged them.
They should have stayed behind B. I see. It's fine if Legacy takes B back because they still have the cap lead. They still have both of them still have 2 caps. So the positions they are taken, it makes it quite easy for Legacy to farm them. So they already lost 1 tank. Monaco is out, and Mandalorian's out. So it's now 6 versus 5. It also Risk also looks very disjointed here. Like the focus fire is not quite there. Maybe it's because I'm looking at the perspective of True, and they're not focusing True at the moment. Lisa's dead. 4 versus 3 here, and we're seeing another tank with very low hit points. Bifrost is dead. Oh, True for terrible bounce there. 4 versus 2 now, and this is really going to be Legacy's game. True is out. But there's no way it's risking to win this one, isn't it? Yeah, they still have full health. Neighbor trying to draw against F Silver. Kill onto Sugar, and it's 1v3. Nothing to do about that. So I think Risk just a bit too disjointed this one. Not in the right positions to defend their cap lead. And Legacy has better focus fire, so Risk just look like they are daydreaming this one, which is very unlike them, but it is what it is. This battle sends Legacy through to the top 4 stage, although Legacy got 4th in the end, but they've knocked out a huge tournament favorite. So well done to Legacy. Yeah, there we go. Right, well game, well done to oh I should go back to the room, look at the damage of course. Um 4 tags over on 2k, Legacy 5 tags over on 2k, so huge well done to Legacy. A great map battle to win, and the first 2 battles are so good, they're really good. Yeah, Risk wasn't playing at their best for sure. So hopefully next season they'll come back stronger. But this is definitely not the match to look back on. Alright, that's it for me. I might be looking at the matches tonight on the EU server if I have time, if I am there, but otherwise this has to be me once. I'll see you tomorrow as we find out who will win the Blitz Masters of Resistance on the APAC server. See you and good night.